Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Hey Crispin. How you guys doing? I'm actually been doing very good. These days I'm very tired with a lot of work, school and all that. So I'm just like I'm so stressed. Of course, because I love you guys so much, I come back here to just like give you a weekly, vlog of what I do or what I want to talk about today. So today I'm going to be doing the last part of the teaching English in Turkey because I keep getting a lot of questions about the visas, the attitude and all that, but I'm not going to be talking about that. But actually, I'm going to be talking about when you get a job, what you are supposed to do and what you don't have to do. So it's more like the do's and then the don'ts. So if this vlog is very interested to you, please don't go anywhere. Crispin got you covered. I'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. In case you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. It's Hey Crispin on YouTube, and of course, on my Instagram is Crispin Godwin. Like how you guys always do it, right? You guys always have my Instagram that you always send messages, which I love so much and I appreciate so much. So let's just tackle on a little bit of things that I've been getting from a lot of you guys. So, ever since I made this video about the three parts, in fact, if in case you haven't watched the first two, please, it's still in my YouTube channel. Please, you can go and just check it out and just like follow up so you can know what I'm talking about. Okay. So we started talking about how to get an English job in Turkey and how you can teach English in Turkey without any qualifications and experience, right? Okay, we finished that and we move on to how you can get a job. So now, here is the thing, okay? So today I'm actually going to complete the whole teaching job in Istanbul. Of course, if there's something interesting I think you guys should know, of course, Christian got you covered. I'll still come back and tell you guys, So, right, let's jump right into it. So, some of the questions that I'm getting on my Instagram is like, somebody asked me that, how is the visa like? Do the schools provide you for the work permits and all that? I think in my last vlog, I actually covered that, but for the sake of those who just joined, I'll just like go back and rehash it. So here's the thing, okay? When I was there, you just go with a tourist visa and you just apply for what's it called? A residence permit in Istanbul. Now, usually because the Turkish bosses knows that this is a very common procedure for foreign people in Turkey, most bosses will help you to apply for that. It's not difficult. They do it for you. Actually, you can actually do it online. Then you go for the initial what's it called? The application for you to have your stamps and all that. So it's not actually difficult. Yeah. So I'm sure your bosses will be able to help you with that. So case closed. Work permits. Now here's the thing. Like I told you, I don't know any language school that will apply for work permits for you. Now, in my case, it happens to me, and I think we are two guys that our bosses were willing to apply for work permits for me. But then I was already leaving, so there was no need for it, right? But some bosses would it's rare to see bosses applying for work permits for teachers coming to teach English in Turkey. Well, of course, like I said, if you're gonna be teaching in international schools like like high schools and all, of course, but language schools, it's more like a freelance job, So I don't know any school that will apply for that for you. So what I advise people is that go with a tourist visa first. Yeah, enter into the country with a tourist visa, then you can now start searching for the jobs. It's very easy to find a job now that the corona is actually almost gone, So there's still more luck and chances over there. I don't think there's no job in Turkey. There's always teaching jobs everywhere in Turkey, every time of the year. So yeah, that is the thing. So I don't know any schools that can actually apply for a visa for you before you come. No, most schools that I know, you actually have to be in Turkey to look for the job. Actually, don't stay in your country and apply for a job in Turkey. It doesn't work like that. It is not a university or highly skilled job. You have to be in the country to apply for the job because well, in some companies they can apply for you, but I don't think in the teaching, the ESL industry, they'll do that for you. So be in the country before you apply for that. Okay, let's move to the next one. So now that I've cleared this one, the second one that I was asking, people were asking questions about is salaries. Okay, now I told you when I was there, it was a little bit different. I remember in 2014, I was earning around 2,000 Turkish lira, which was very good. 2014. Now think about why am I saying it was very good? For me, it was very good, but because apartments were very cheap. The apartments were like 500 Turkish lira for one bedroom apartment, and actually I I had a good friend, so we went for a 3 bedroom apartment, which was very cheap. So it wasn't actually affecting my budget, And the food are very cheap, So it was okay for me in 2014. 2,000 Turkish lira was good, was way, 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 way very good. So then again, it was 2014 and the rent was cheap. Now I don't know how much the rent is in Istanbul, especially if you want to live in Istanbul. It's quite expensive, especially with the corona, brahaha, So I would advise you not to go to live alone, but probably look for a roommate. And these days, like I told you guys, when you go on Facebook, you have a lot of people advertising for roommates in Istanbul, flat share, room share, and all that, So you can actually look into that option. Of course, when you're working in the school, so there are teachers there who can actually, you can talk to them, to find you a place. Some of them even have spare rooms. So, and it's I always say this, it's very nice. It's actually very nice when you live in the same apartment with your colleagues. Like you all go to school together, you all come back to the house together, you go to the club together, you chill and fun and teach together. It's very nice. So I will recommend that if you ever find an opportunity like that, like your colleagues are offering you a place to stay, I think you should just go for that one. So yeah, that's very good. And the third one that somebody was also asking me on Instagram was what was it again? I think I forgot. The first one was, okay, look, the first one was the visa, the salaries, and then the jobs. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, jobs. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, when I was in Turkey, I told you guys that I am not, it was a new country for me and I don't also speak Turkish, which is not important, by the way. To teach English in Turkey, you don't necessarily have to speak Turkish, okay? But when I was in Turkey, the school that I joined, that was where I was till I left. I spent almost 2 years in Turkey and that was what I was doing in the same school. I didn't switch any schools. So here's the thing. If you're in Istanbul, I'll try and leave one link. It's called the American Culture Association. They have a lot of jobs, in all part of Istanbul, if wherever you want to work. So actually this website is actually better when you are in the country. So I will advise you guys to actually go with a tourist visa, then look for the job. Don't just stay in your country and apply for the jobs. Most of them will not even call you back. Trust me, they won't call you back. They don't want to deal with all that, So it's better you are in the country than you apply for the job. That's the only way that you can actually guarantee or secure a job there, okay? And secondly, yeah, so this is the website I'm going to leave on the at the link below, so you can always click on that and then apply for jobs. They're always looking for teachers there. I spoke to 1 or 2 people there and they're like, Crispin, it's still very effective. That site is very effective. They have more than 30 schools, 30 language schools looking for teachers to teach English, okay? So you can always go. I'll leave the link there, don't worry. I got you covered, okay? So now I'm done with that. I'm done with the visa. I'm done with the salaries, and I'm done with the where to find teaching jobs. Okay. The last one is Facebook groups. Okay. Now, if you think that site was not helpful enough for you, which I doubt, I think it will. Okay. Yeah. Fingers crossed, it will. You can also go on Facebook and join Facebook groups like teaching jobs in Istanbul, and then just like apply for jobs on Istanbul groups. I'll try and leave at least two Facebook groups that I know. I actually created one Facebook group back in the days, but I really forgot. I made a friend administrator or something like that, but I forgot. But I'll try and go back and just go through my archives and then look for that one, and then just also give you that one. Okay. So yeah, I touched on the salaries, the rents, and then the where to find jobs. Okay. Now, I told you guys also, me being a foreigner, I had a lot of problem with the language because I didn't want to live in a place that I have to take a bus, I have to speak Turkish or something, which was because English was not very big back then. Now, I don't know if things have changed a little bit, I don't know, but it's still Turkey. So the English is still not very, 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 very effective. So I will always advise you guys to stay closer to the school, maybe a walking distance, look for a walking distance accommodation. Don't look for something that you have to take the bus and, it's so stressful for a foreigner, So yeah, of course, these days I think things have changed now. So everybody speaks English, so you are good to go. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. The next one, then we're talking about. Actually, today's video, I'm going to be talking about this. This is not even part of today's topic. So today's topic is about the do's and then the don'ts of being an English teacher in Turkey. Okay. So without time much being wasted, let's jump right into number one. So now here's the thing. Okay. naturally, I am an extrovert, okay, and you know how extroverts we are very gregarious, we are very extra, like we're very extrovert, I like to. I'm very sociable, okay. No, I don't say I. We are very sociable people. I mean, and anybody who's a curious or who's like an extrovert is very sociable, So here's the thing: students are a little. In fact, Turkish students are a little bit tricky, okay. So after landing the job, here, in fact, I'm going to talk about things you can do and things you cannot do. So let's start with the things you can do first. Okay. So here is the thing. It's okay. Okay. It's okay if students want your phone number, you can give it to them, but hold it tight to you. Be very careful. Turkish students are very, 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 very demanding. Okay. So draw the boundary, draw the line. Your no should be your no, and your yes should be your yes. Do not, I won't sit here and advise you not to give your contact numbers to students, okay? Because who knows, you can have like a part-time, what's called a private class with the students, but it's not always right because employers wouldn't be happy with you that, okay, we brought you here to teach English and now you're taking our students away to teach them privately, It's like, it's like you are stealing from them, something. It's like literally, So I wouldn't advise you to give your phone numbers out to students. Of course, you can have one or two people that you can actually be cool with, but just be very careful. Don't make it very obvious that, yeah, you can just walk to me and take my phone numbers. It's okay, I'm your teacher. No. Turkish students think otherwise, okay? So be very careful with that. Don't give out your phone numbers. I'm talking about this like I'm just assuming that you have already gotten the job and now you're about to start teaching in English in Turkey, which you don't know. Obviously, it's a new country for you, so you don't know the do's and the don'ts. Okay, so yeah. So number one, do not give out your phone numbers to students. Number two, do not disclose your location to your students. I'm talking about where you live, okay? Because why am I saying this? A lot of Turkish students, like I told you, they want to learn English, okay? So they are very desperate. They don't mind coming to your house, ringing the bell. Give your locations or your address to students, they won't let you rest. Trust and believe me. Like they will like, yeah. So be very careful. Don't give them your privacy stuff. Like don't give them where you stay and all that. They will just come to your house and unannounced. Yes, I've experienced that also. So yes, that's just by the way. Then again, it's you, okay? It's you. It's you. If you want to give them your phone numbers and where you live, it's up to you. Don't come and blame Crispin. I didn't tell you that. Okay, let's continue. Number three, your social media handles. Oh my God. Look, when I was in Istanbul, I was always getting myself into trouble with students, especially my bosses and all this. It was so crazy, I give them my Facebook and they take the pictures and then they tag me and I have problems. My boss said, Crispin, don't do that. Don't do that. They're Turkish people. Don't just be hugging them and touching them and all that. But it's not in a bad way, okay? They are Muslim people, okay? Where we come from, there are some things that you cannot do, okay? I am sure anybody who's watching this video who has been a teacher in Turkey will know what I'm talking about, or I will probably have experienced this. I'm saying, look, we are very, 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 very demanding, very, 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 like, they're like this, they're very aggressive when it comes to teaching English. They want to learn English, okay? We understand their motives, okay? At least I understand their motives. So, but, just be very careful that you don't give them too much of you, don't give them too much. When you're in the class, it's different situation. You can always do, of course, if you're in the class, it's different. You can always like, give them your time, your like your energy and your care and all that support, of course. But when the classes is over, make sure it ends there, okay? Students are very, 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 very crazy in Turkey. Like, I could give you a scenario. One time ago, I give my phone number to a student. In fact, not one student, okay? I was sleeping around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. They just call me, Chris teacher, you told me to read English books and watch English movies, right? I'm like, yes. Okay, guess what? I'm reading a book and I'm watching a movie and I don't understand this English word. Could you explain to me? 3 a.m. 3 a.m. I have to wake up and explain this to the student. Now, if this student didn't have my phone number, he or she could have waited for the next day in my class, then she could just ask the question, right? So here's the thing. So you see how it is? You work like 8 hours, 12 hours, you come back to the house to sleep and still be worrying and disturbing you, okay? And if they know your house, it's always like, let's go out, let's go for a drink, let's go for this. Of course, chilling is very good. Hey, who doesn't like to go out? I love to go out, and they know that I love to go out, So it was always like, I always have to like schedule appointment. Like today I'm going out with A, tomorrow I'm going out with B, tomorrow I'm going out with C. It was always like this, and At the point after I finish my class, I have to wait in the teacher's room because if I go downstairs and they see me, they'll be fighting to give me a lift. Everybody wants to give me a lift to my house. Like it was always like that's the only way they can get to talk to you because the school is just like 2 hours, 3 hours, and they're always tired, so like they don't want to do anything. But when you're outside, I wouldn't lie about this. I mean, I experienced a lot of Turkish culture with the students because they were locals, and when I travel, I like to mingle myself with local people because the locals, they know much about the area or the neighborhood where you're going to be living or teaching. So you're always safe with them, you're always safe with them. Because the foreigners, they're all like me, so they're like, we don't know our left and right, but with the locals, they know everything, So I actually learned a different side of Turkey with my students because they were very more helpful and very, very adaptable to help me in any way. I remember when I moved into my apartment, I didn't buy a lot of things. I didn't even buy them. Students were giving it to me. Like their parents, actually. They're like, oh, Chris, I have this bread. Come for this bread. I have this furniture. Come for this furniture. I have this. I have that. It was like that. That's how they are. They like to be very helpful and very hopeful with you. But students, sometimes you just have to draw the line. Okay? And the next one I'll talk about is of course, if you want to give like private classes to students, make it more discreetly. Don't make it very open because if the bosses get to find out that you are doing that, it's a problem for you and them. So if the student comes to you, oh, I want you to give me a private classes. If you have the time, just go out with the person, have a drink with the person, discuss, but not in the school. But I know a lot of like teachers were doing that. They work in the school and still have private classes. I know I had students who actually stopped the school just for me to give them private classes. They were like, Crispin, I'm willing to cancel my course and then have one-on-one with you because I don't like in the class, you're like 8 people in the class, right? But they want to have like a one-on-one, and one-on-one is expensive, and like they are willing to pay that. So here is the thing. So Turkish people are very, very willing to pay you money for you to teach them English. So, but be very careful that teachers, your colleagues or maybe your bosses doesn't find out. You can do it underground. I know people who are doing it. You understand? But in my case, I was working a full-time job. So before the classes end, I'm always tired, very stressed. So I couldn't even do a lot of, like private classes. But people were still, even up to now, people keep asking me, Crispin, can I have a private class with you? I still have most of my Turkish classmates on Facebook. They still contact me. I still have some of them on WhatsApp. They talk to me, Crispin. I still want to improve my Dutch and, my English and all that. So it is a win-win situation. So it all depends on you. Just be very careful. And I mean, this video is very short. Actually, I'm about to even end my video now. So don't give out your phone numbers. Don't show them where you live, and don't be too friendly with the student. If not, they will just like disrespect you without even knowing. But of course, then again, they are nice people. Very, very nice people. I told you guys I was traveling and I was tripping without even paying for them because they were just traveling me around Turkey and I was traveling for holidays. I wasn't even paying. The mere fact that I speak English was just enough for them. They just want to, sometimes you go out with the students and like, they just want to prove to their friends that, yeah, I speak English. Then like, you start speaking English with me, So it's like, that's how they are, that's Turkish people for you. They like to just like show off, that they can speak English, which is very good, actually. They are really, it's very interesting where we come from an English country and we think like, oh, English is just nothing. But for them, they cherish and they adore English people. Irrespective of your color, whether you are Asian, you are black, you are Indian, you are whatever. Turkish people don't care about that. All what they need from you is for you to help them to speak English. So if you are still thinking about going to Turkey to teach English, I wouldn't say no, don't go. Please go and experience life. Before I went to Turkey, I've never left Ghana. I've never left my family. I lived my family all my life, I didn't know what was paying bills and paying bills. I had, like, everything was being done for me, But when I went to Turkey, I had no mama or no papa there, I had to do everything myself, like pay bills and, live my life and be responsible, actually. So traveling is very good and experiencing it was very good. So in Turkey, people, actually, when you live in Turkey, you don't live there as if you are traveling to teach English. It's not always like that, It's actually like you're just working to travel, It's like you are on holiday, but you are being paid to be on holiday. That's also, I know people who just take like tourist visas for 3 months. They just go and just live for 3 months, teach and travel at the same time. So you can also do that. So guys, I have to end my vlog for today, and hopefully I've answered all your questions about this topic. And of course, if you still have questions, please, you know where to find me, right? Instagram. I'm always on Instagram. Go there and look for me. And of course, I love you guys. And if in case you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your friends those people that really want to go to Turkey, let them subscribe to this channel, okay? Just subscribe and subscribe. Okay, and I love you guys, and stay safe. Corona is hopefully over, and I'll see you guys on my next vlog, and until then, love you guys and stay blessed. Bye.